Hey guys, what's going on? Noxfox here with some more Vainglory, and I finally got the chance to get into an actual match with Lyra. This is beta, and so starting off here, I'm a little bit confused. There's a lot going on new in this patch, and so yeah, so I pick up one of the Iron Guards first. I end up getting the Protector. I think that's what it's called. Protector Iron Guard, and yeah, it turns out I didn't need to get that first because now gold sharing is just innate. You don't need an item to do it. So I was under the impression that I still had to get Iron Guard right away. This actually is my first match in the beta here, my actual match, an actual match. I've been able to get on the beta and kind of look at things in practice mode a little bit, but I haven't. This is like my first time actually getting a feel for it. So yeah, so a lot was being thrown at me all at once here because I obviously had never done a match with Lyra, and I was like off put by these new items and how to use them well. So yeah, this Protector Iron Guard lets me drop a shield on my nearest ally whenever I activate it, and it has 2 charges. Unfortunately, Yataka is just usually is just not the closest ally here, so I'm not able to give him the shield. It's just dropping on Scarf, if some of you guys might have noticed. And then of course Lyra's A, for those unfamiliar, makes a little AoE area that gives you vision and also does some healing, and it also does damage to enemies. And then at the very end it does a burst, or you can activate it early to do a burst, and then when you do that, everybody gets to run faster. Your allies will get to run faster if they were in the effect area when it detonates. So it's a pretty cool little ability. And then we just picked up the B, which snares and then also blocks people from being able to use dashes. They can't dash through it or out of it, I believe. And it also does a little bit of damage, but it scales off CP, so it's not going to be doing a whole lot for us. So yeah, so now I got Flare Gun, and which upgrades from Oakheart, which I wasn't sure what it was gonna upgrade from. Like, I just saw the flare gun in there. It's like, you can buy flare gun. I was like, okay, and then I just bought it, and then it replaced one of my items. I'm like, what did it replace? So yeah, it upgrades from Oakheart. So yeah, if I was gonna do this over again, I'd open up buying Oakheart first, and then maybe getting an Iron Guard whenever I felt necessary. Maybe at the first shop if I wanted to, do something with that. Yeah, it would just depend, especially if I'm with my team. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not quite used to the bead. It wasn't even in range of enemy Lyra there. And yeah. So with the Iron Guard, if I was with my team, I think it might be something I'd buy on my first rotation, because then we have a plan of what we want to do, whether we want to be aggressive or non-aggressive. And so, unfortunately, Taka goes down. So I just gotta try to save Scarf, try to drop him that heal, but it's just not ready soon enough. So I just got a random invite in from someone in beta, so I'm trying to get away. The snare helps a little bit, but the A finishes me off there. She drops it and then immediately detonates it. And so it's interesting to note that their Lyra is actually playing as their laner, as like a mage, rather than support, which looks to be viable, I guess, so far. It'll be cool to see how it works out in live. So I just popped on the beta. Someone invited me, and I was like, yeah, and then WadiX joined too, and so we ended up getting the group that we needed. But yeah, it was just so I haven't played with like any of these guys before, so that kind of so I don't really know what to expect as far as like how I need to support them, which is kind of important. So yeah, go ahead and drop the B. They drop, so that makes them stop chasing me. They start chasing Wadi, but he's gonna be all right. Yeah, the A has been really cool so far. It gives you not only is it a decent heal, and the heal scales with health, which is interesting to note, because it doesn't work like a Daju's heal, where it scales with CP. It scales with health, which works really well when you're running support. And then, just being able to get that extra burst of health is also nice. Yeah, another thing that's interesting is Lyra's auto attacks are not. Yeah, they're not quite standard. She has like 2 different attacks, auto attacks or basic attacks, I guess you'd call them. And I guess this is her passive. So yeah, the first attack is just it's pretty normal. Then the second attack, if you don't move and you follow up your first attack with a second attack without moving, so like you're not stutter stepping, which is gonna be probably a hard habit for a lot of people to break, I'm imagining. But yeah, if you do that, then the second attack is a lot stronger, and then it can also have a slow effect. I don't remember if the slow effect is just immediate or if there has to be like another hit to activate it. I think it might just it either marks them or just slows them directly. But yeah, I think it might be a mark. But I'm not entirely sure either. Yeah, I don't know. I forget. There's so many new things to read about the Iron Guards, especially. I gotta get used to. But yeah, it can cause extra damage on a slow, and the second hit scales quite well with CP. Each basic attack has some CP damage to it. I think the first hit is like 50%, and then the second hit is like 100%. They might be a little higher than that. It might be 55 and 110, something like that. But yeah, it's around those ranges. And so yeah, Taka is trying to get that jungle, but he's having a little bit of trouble. We're gonna try to help him out here. So we dropped the A and detonated immediately to guide and give him a speed boost so he can get some distance from Cruel and Finn there, which is nice because that lets Scarf go ahead and put down the damage on Cruel, and then when Taka's ready to rejoin the fight, he does, and we get our little slow barrier there, which won't affect Finn too much, but it's enough to clean up that whole mess. So yeah, and then there's a little confusion on the gold mine here because it was like, yeah. So somebody pinged it. I didn't. I missed who pinged it in this as I'm rewatching this. But yeah, somebody was like, pinging the gold mine, and it's like I don't think this is gonna go with just 2 people, but we like try to do a little damage on it anyway. It's like no, this is not going. So I go ahead and try to help out Taka again. I do the same tactic where I drop out the A and then detonate it early so that Taka will get the speed to kind of chase there. Really liking the utility of the A. Not only is it a very useful heal, but then you get those like speed boosts, which are really useful in a lot of situations as well. It's just very much dependent on just positioning and targeting. Yeah, she definitely feels like a character that's a lot about zoning. And this Cruel does not die, even though we keep trying to help our Taka out. It's a very close fight. If the Cruel would have just finally dropped, that fight would have gone completely the other way. But unfortunately, he didn't, and so it went against us entirely. And so yeah, this was another thing. I was completely lost of what to build for this character. Basically, as far as I can tell, cooldown and health are kind of what you want. The health helps this heal scale, and cooldown is just helpful in general for pretty much any support. But especially with her abilities are super useful. But because the positioning is so important, you might need to recast them quite often. And yeah, so actually I felt lost through a lot of this match as I was like trying to get used to everything. Yeah, it's a lot to take in, this patch. I'm really excited for it though. I've been really I'm really looking forward to all these changes. Especially since Rome's been getting so much attention, just in general, because we just got Lance and now we're getting Lyra, plus we're getting all these updates to mechanics and items, and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, the A is also, as you can see, very nice for getting vision like that. When you think someone's going to be there, you can just check, and if they are there, they do take a little bit of crystal damage. But he's gonna go ahead and get the pull on Scarf, which is unfortunate. I try to go in and drop down a snare and then activate the portal to give Scarf a way to get out, but I'm not sure if he knew exactly to use it, or if he maybe just was stunned the entire time. Actually, I was able to talk to Wadi for like briefly after this match, and he was mentioning that he had never played with a Lyra before, so I'm just assuming that he just did not know what was up with the portal. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how useful the portal can be for saving people like that, getting them out of situations. So actually, I don't think I've talked about her ultimate yet. So the way it works is you activate it, and then you have your little area that it can reach. You know, its range. You click a spot in that range, and then she'll create a portal from where she is to where you clicked, and allies can go ahead and use that portal to go back and forth. After using it, there's a little cooldown before you can use it again, and there's a cooldown for enemies before they can use it, because enemies can go through the portal as well, but they can't go through it immediately. So I guess your allies can go. It's like as soon as you drop the portal, your allies can go through it. I'm gonna try to save the turret, but it is harsh. We're doing everything we can though. It is barely staying alive. It must have like 1 health. So yeah, enemies can go through the portal, but they can't go through it immediately. But your allies can go right through. And so yeah, there again, I tried to make a portal for Taka, and it just seems like utter confusion as he walks by the entrance and then goes like through the exit to go back towards the enemy. It's kind of weird. So it's gonna take some team coordination to get used to the portals for sure. I can already tell, but they do seem to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I didn't even max it out on this one because we're just having so much trouble getting like for me to make them useful for my team. I don't think they had like a lot of experience messing with the portals. So yeah, right there, I tried to give Scarf some run speed to kind of get his distance from enemy Lyra there, and luckily the bee caught the Cruel there, so that's going to slow down his pursuit. But Lyra's going to go ahead and open a portal and just drop the snare. While he's right on the edge of the snare, he's really low. We got to be really careful with this. Taka's going down fast, but he does pick up the Lyra quite quickly. Cruel is on my team, so I dropped the portal, give a little bit of mobility. Let's Taka kind of get back up to us and drop the snare, just to try to control things in this fight. Is actually starting to really go in our favor, and now I can drop a lot of healing on Scarf, and everything is completely fine now. We pick up an ace. Yeah, so it was quite challenging, but also a lot of fun figuring out how to best utilize Lyra in those fights. There was like, it felt like I was watching a million things, because you have all this sustain stuff like the A and the B that kind of lasts for a while, and the A, you know, it lasts for a while, but you can also detonate it if you need to, so you gotta kind of be aware of what's in it and when it's back up, or if you want to detonate it early so you can get the cooldown going quickly again. She, like I was saying, she does feel very much like a technical type of hero. It takes a lot of just a lot of attention to kind of get everything working well. And then this is where I realized, like, oh yeah, we're supposed to build contraption again. So I'm sitting at the trap, or the shop, so long that I end up getting caught out, but the portal just kind of solves that problem entirely, which is really cool. Yeah, her ult is going to be a lot of fun to use, I can already tell. And so yeah, we go ahead and drop down our A, we burst it to do that big burst of healing and also speed up our allies. And so the A's already back up. And Taka's just a little bit out of range of my help, and he goes down, unfortunately, but it looks like we are going to clean this up. Yeah, just the A. The A little explosion is going to pick up the ace. And we don't really want to get minion with this ace, and I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get a push. I doubt it. It's not late enough in the game that the timers are long enough to really do anything with this ace, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll get some ace minions to the to the turret, but that's about it. So that's, oh man, he's going down fast, but he does get the sword throw on. So yeah, here's where I'm trying to give another portal for Wadi to get away, but he ends up kind of just going back towards the enemy, unfortunately. And so I use A to give myself a little run boost there, and drop the B to kind of stop that pursuit in its tracks. because now that Taka's there, she's not going to want to pursue much longer. And so yeah, luckily Finn whiffs a grab. We're able to pick up the Lyra. And now things are pretty good. We don't really have to worry about Finn too much. Yeah, so I'm gonna be interested to see how the B works against heroes with a lot of like dash capabilities, like stopping things like Arden's Vanguard. I would assume it would stop since that's a dash. Cruel's Afterburn, probably like most of Taka's kit, the A and the C. I'm assuming it'll block. Oh yeah, and then here's me trying to figure out the boots as well. So we end up, I think those are the recommended boosts for her. It's like it gives you some extra cooldown. We have the tacos, pretty speedy, and I already have my A that gives a speed boost, so I wasn't too worried about doing the Warhorn boots, the boots that give the group run speed. And yeah, and this whole time, like I realized most people are probably already annoyed that I haven't been using the contraption, mainly because I'm so not used to having it. But I do end up remembering, like, oh yeah, I have contraption. And I'll start putting some vision down. But yeah, through most of this game, I was just like, I just do not remember having contraption. It's been patches since I've ever built one. Yeah, so that right there, like having the two Lyras on the having a Lyra on each team can be a little confusing with all the effects that goes down, because you have the two barriers, the A's, and plus the portal. Like I remember there was some fights where it's like difficult to see where the portal is and where it ends off at. Like it could be confusing with two of them like that. Yeah, I think I just gotta get used to seeing it. The big thing though is that like your team's portal is gonna be green and theirs gonna be red, so that definitely helps. But yeah, in a fight, there's like so much going on. There's so many effects going on. Ooh, this could be rough. We got Cruel too close to our Scarf. Yeah, we have the snare down for the control, but luckily Taka's gonna jump in and burn down the Cruel before he can punish the Scarf too much. And so now all we can really do is just wait for the Kraken. I'm gonna try to do what we can with our A, just to kind of zone them and keep them from kind of being where they want to be, and do damage if they do still try to go there. Taka's going down fast, so we pop our fountain. And he's got his Kaku on, so he actually gets a ton of health from all that. And so yeah, we're still putting down our A as much as we can. And unfortunately, oh, we get the portal off, but an auto attack finally catches up with us. We go down just barely. With just barely enough health to survive. And anybody watching the mini-map can notice that Taka's being a little sneaky over here. Just waiting for his moment to try to do some damage. He's still gonna have a hard time taking down the Vayne though, with 3 people there and Kraken being so low. So a funny moment, but did not quite take down the Vayne. And so yeah, here I'm just kind of like, whatever, behind clockwork, I guess. Yeah, and the Blazing Salvo was kind of weird. It was in the recommended, and for a while I was just buying whatever was recommended because I really had no idea what this chick should have. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing it's for the second attack of the A, or not the A, but the basic attacks, like getting that one with the slow on it that I was talking about before. But I wasn't even really utilizing it that well because I'm just not used to it. I think, like I said, this is my first match, so I don't know. Next time I go in with Lyra, I'm definitely going to be paying a lot more attention to my basic attacks and making sure I'm getting those follow-ups for the slow, and trying to see if I can use those on enemies. Yeah, there was a lot to learn in this match. Yeah, I'm just super excited for all this to go live though, and I can just play the crap out of it and really get used to it. And yeah, the A makes just a great substitute for flares. It's so awesome. The A is like the A. I don't know. Just every bit of her kit is like pretty cool. The B is I don't know. The B is extremely useful. The A has so many applications that it just ends up being really fun to use. The portal like just gets you out of trouble like that. Look at that. Like I was definitely gonna die without if I wasn't able to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and drop our egg, get our heal. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. I could have just dropped that on Finn too to just clean it up before too much trouble. Oh yeah, but unfortunately the Lyra were unable to take down, despite our best efforts. Because she is actually a pretty decent AoE mage, so she manages to get both of us down. Oh yeah, but anyways, I would have been able to just drop the A and detonate it to kind of pick up the Finn there if needed, but want to try not to take too many kills. I'm already at 6-4, so well in 19, so I'm doing alright on assists, but a little high on kills. But I don't know, she does have some, yeah, she has some decent like kill secure because of her range. And the range of that A is quite nice. So much like Arden, the range of his B ends up. So I tried to drop the A to give a little speed boost, but I do it too late to hit Scarf and too early to hit me, so it manages to do nothing, basically. But it's fine because you know we're gonna get the energy back. Whatever. It's pretty funny though, I have to say. So yeah, I mean, we're in a pretty good position here. They're down all the turrets. All we really need to do is win a fight. But as you can see, we have something a little bit different is going on. All we have to do, all me and Wadi have to do is kind of keep these folks busy for a few minutes while Taka goes and wins the game. So yeah, at this point, I'm just rushing in. It doesn't matter if I get killed or not. I'm trying to do anything that'll reach them. Obviously the B did not. I still have to get used to the range on that. I'm not used to it, but yeah, we buy them enough time for Taka to just clean up the vein, and yeah, we just ended in a very fun little match there that felt extremely frantic just because of my lack of knowing what the hell to do with these new items in this character. Like half my time was just trying to like figure out what works and what doesn't. So yeah, that was Lyra. She's really cool so far. There's still a lot for me to get used to with her kit, especially the B. I just do not have a feel for the range of it yet, and so that's going to take a little time. And it's interesting because it forms around her rather than like a target area, even though she's like a ranged and kind of squishy. You know, even for support. So yeah, that'll take some getting used to. But yeah, she is a lot of fun to play. It's a really cool kit. I'm excited to experiment with some more, and I'm absolutely super excited for all the item changes in this patch for support. And I don't know, I think support's gonna be a lot more interesting in 1.19. So yeah, yeah, Lyra's cool. The patch is cool. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for 119. I hope you guys are too, because I really think it's gonna be pretty awesome. It's one of the most exciting patches I think we've had for me. I mean, that's a roam especially. So, all right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Later. Bye.